library looking for a library assistant part-time. Uh, and they're also looking for an office specialist, a library administrator full-time. The Suffolk Public Library is looking for a library associate coordinator part-time and a childhood cancer foundation director looking for a philanthropy. Ah, I got that right. Did I say that right?
Oh, go ahead, Mr. E.
HR CAP looking for a family advocate. Catholic Charities of Eastern Virginia is looking for a home respite care, a post adoption case, a director of development and marketing, and a companion care.
Yes. Well, I tell you what, they're already posted online. Go to Yolanda Hinton's page or Edward Everett's or LinkedIn or wherever we're posted. Go up there and get this, share it with your friends. It's a lot of great jobs and a lot of great opportunities. So you all make sure you share.
And like,
do whatever you need to do.
Go out and get a job.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway, Mr. E, it's good to be here. Like I said, there's some things going on out there in the atmosphere, in the street, but we're here anyway, and we finally got on our social media feed. And so, Mr. E, if you have that list of folk that are on, we want to welcome them on social media, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook Live. Thank you all for joining us. And we are just grateful that we have this platform and that we're able to come and share things with you.
I want to say good morning to Miss Mardell Lewis. Thank you so much for tuning in to the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. Thank you so very, very much.
And speaking of sharing, we're here today, Mr. E, to share an event that's taking place on October the 15th.
That's right.
Crystal Community Development Corporation's Our Community Against Bullying. A call to action now. But before we do, Mr. E, this is our Wednesday segment. We usually talk about issues concerning men, what's under the hat. We're going to, after the 15th, after this special event, we're going back to our segment. And we're going to come up with another segment. We were doing the segment about you are not the father. We're going to leave that for a minute, and we're going to talk about turning the hearts from the father to the children.
Okay.
We're going to talk about the hearts of the father, and we're going to talk about, relationships, interpersonal relationships with fathers and sons, fathers and daughters. We're going to just make sure we continue to talk about issues and things that affect our men folk.
That's right. That's a great topic. Things that affect the men folk are issues concerning men. What's underneath it? What issues concerning men? What's underneath the hat? That's a great topic because we want to help our men to rise above mere survival.
And I'm finding out that men really, really want to talk about their issues. When we were doing "You Are Not the Father," men came out the woodwork. They were not afraid to tackle that issue.
Because it's helping them to rise above. They bring in light to something that is so dark and folks don't understand what they're doing and how they're doing it. So it's bringing light to dark edges.
Absolutely. So anyway, we will continue with the segment, What's Under Your Hat, and bring you some more special guests and young men and old men that want to speak on certain topics.
That's right. I want to say good morning to Miss Katrina Brown, Miss Sheila Davis. Thank you so much for tuning in to the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world.
Absolutely. Now, thank God again, it's hump day. You all should be up, popping, and rocking and rolling. The weather here in the Hampton Roads area is pretty decent. It's a little misty.
Yeah.
We're expecting our temperature to go up maybe in the 70s and a little bit of sunshine. But in the meantime, we thank God for whatever it's doing. We're here in the land of the living.
And above dirt, no grit in our eyes.
Yes. Yeah. So anyway, Mr. E, getting back to the special event, October the 15th, 2022, 11 o'clock a.m., Our Community Against Bullying, a call to action now.
Yeah,
This
that's
event is an event that we want you all to participate, come out, be a part of, because it's going to take all of us to actually solve the problem of bullying and harassment and abuse. These issues are all around us, they're everywhere. And when we talk about bullying, we're talking about issues not just concerning our children, but mainly our children, because they suffer. 1 out of 5 students suffer with someone bullying them on a monthly basis. 250,000 kids a year are really bullied and harassed. And so those numbers are too high for us. Crystal Community Development Corporation's mission is to develop young leaders. We can't do our job if we have to continue to tackle the problem of bullying in the schools or wherever children reside.
That's right. We can't do what we're supposed to do in order for us to help bring awareness to what's happening to our children, to help raise leaders, and for them to fulfill the God-given talent that God has given unto them to be presidents and judges and senators and things of that nature. If something is hidden in the closet, if something stagnate them, and it's something that's stopping them to move forward.
Yes, Katrina Brown, thank you. Katrina Brown will volunteer, she said, for the event. And we need all you all to come out, help us out, share with us. We have some great things coming, some great guests coming. Senator Lionel Spruill is going to be one of our wonderful guests, along with Les Smith. He'll be there as well. We have Alan Ellis, who's a mime. He will be there. Sean Cunningham, who is an artist and an advocate, a young man that's going to talk about bullying. We'll have people talking about them being bullies, former bullies, and those that have been victims. We'll have pizza and a dialogue where we can sit around the table and just talk to our youth and find out how they feel about this topic of bullying, their experience, what bullying looks like, and solutions.
That's right.
We need solutions to this problem. And so we'll also have Wild and Out Bullying, just letting the kids express themselves through music. And we'll have Yolanda Hinton, yours truly, there signing my book, Bullying is Right Underneath Your Nose.
And it's in 2 versions. It's in the English version and it's also in the Spanish version.
Yes.
So we're fitting the whole generation. We're making it easy to bring awareness and to understand that bullying is right underneath your nose. That's October the 15th at 11 a.m. at 1765 South Military Highway in the city of Chesapeake, Virginia. Listen, it's going to be pandemonium there. If you want to understand what's going on with bullying for young and adults, then you need to make it your business to be there so you can see what's going on, what bullying is all about. How can I recognize bullying and who has been involved in bullying? So it all takes place October the 15th at 11 a.m. at 1765 South Military Highway in the city of Chesapeake, Virginia.
Absolutely. Now, don't forget, if you have a youth group, mentoring group, school group, if you have a church group, we are having a banner competition. You all can design your banner, have your kids design the banner, and we have 3 prizes.
That's right.
First place prize is $150. Second place is $100. And third place is $75.
Yeah.
Bring your youth groups out and let us see them create something, a message for us. And the thing about it, what I like about this particular activity, Mr. E, is that when kids get together and they start creating, they start talking, and they start sharing their feelings and how they see bullying, and they just get very creative with it. And so that's one of the things that we want to happen. We want people to start dialoguing. We want people to start speaking up and speaking out, because bullying is that type of thing that it can be put in the closet, or the victims can be put in a closet, or they can be hushed, their mouths, you don't speak, you don't tell, they're threatened. And so a lot of times through art and activities, kids begin to express themselves.
That's right. That's
You
right.
know, you just get them doing something that they like to do, and they'll begin to talk, and they'll begin to tell and expose certain things. And that's what we want them to do, to be able to expose the victims, to expose what's been going on with them, because like I said, a lot of them keep it in secret. And then you have the bully who actually needs to be reformed.
That's right. That's
And
right.
so we have ways of, like I said, creativity and expression that will allow even a bully to speak out. We have a young lady that's coming, and she's going to speak out. She's going to tell you why she bullied. She's going to tell you, her victims, and she's going to tell you why she changed. She got a chance to, reform. And so we're going to address those two, but we're not going to leave out the bystanders.
That's right.
And those are people that stand around and sit around. Some of them egg it on, and some of them actually don't do a thing. They just sit there and look and watch and just cringe, but never do a thing. We need people like that to stop sitting back doing nothing and start speaking out and help the problem, help the situation, and help victims to know that they have people that they can trust. People are not just going to stand around laughing and teasing, because they feel like they're helpless, or they're loving what's going on. Because some people sit around, Mr. E, and they love what's happening.
And not only that, Miss Hinton, they take sides. They be on somebody's side so nobody would come after them. They pick and choose. They say, listen, we don't want you running after me. So yeah, I'm on your side. I'm on your side. I ain't seen nothing happen. But bullying is right underneath your nose. My God, if you don't believe it, ask some of the folks that's been through it. Ask some of the people that have been mentally challenged, mental illness, some of the quiet folks that don't talk to nobody, and how folk just automatically come and pick on them for no reason. Ask that girl who had her lunch money, or her lunch bag, or her sandwich taken away, her Doritos or her Cheetos taken away. Ask that young man who's got to bring somebody else lunch every day, or bring somebody else a nickel or dime or quarter every day because he refused. Ask that man, that woman, that mother whose son who has got shot because he refused to be a part of a gang. He refused to jump in it. Ask that little girl when she said, I don't want to go to school, and the reason why she can't tell you because she said snitches get stitches. Ask that boy that why he want to commit suicide, why he want to obey you, why he's being so rebellious. Ask them what bullies do to you. And then you will find out that you need to pay close attention to your sons and your daughters as they go up and down the highway.
Absolutely. Bullying is right underneath your nose. Just look around wherever children are, wherever people are. There's somebody trying to harass and have power. Now, we're not just talking about beef, somebody, you got on my nerve today. We're talking about a constant harassment and belittling and just
That's
making,
right.
somebody's life a living hell. We have cyberbullying, which is, I'm telling you,
let me put your name on the website. Let me write your name.
That's the thing.
Or say something bad about it.
Say something bad, but it conjures up a whole lot of folk that will attack. And that's what a bully wants to do. He wants to have that crowd. He wants to have that person egging him on. He wants those people to just tell him this, to keep on, just go on and do what you do. And so we really, really, really need to make sure that people are safe, that children are safe. In schools, daycares, wherever children are, there is something called bullying that needs to be stopped. It's critical.
That's right.
Kids are depressed, kids are committing suicide, and they're cutting themselves. They're doing all kinds of things, and they feel helpless. Victims are helpless. Bullies seem like they can't be stopped because people are too scared of them. And, adults sometimes feel helpless. And then those that are bystanders sit back and they think it's a sport.
Yeah.
It's a sport. They can sit back and watch people hurt and jump people and do all kinds of things. It's a sport for some. And so we want to stop all those terrible, terrible things that go on with the subject of bullying. Make sure you go online. You can go to our Community Against Bullying, a Call to Action Now Facebook page, and you can sign a petition. We have a petition there, or you can go to change.org and you can sign a petition against bullying. You can stand with us. Just click on the icon and just say, I stand with Crystal Community Development Corporation. Of course, we just mentioned the competition, and there's registration. If you want to register, drop your email here, or either go on that same page, Our Community Against Bullying, a Call to Action Now, and you can register for this event. It's October the 15th. It's 11 o'clock a.m., 1765 South Military Highway in Chesapeake, Virginia. Please, we're going to give you the number a little bit later, and we want you to participate, be a part of it, come out, bring your children, ask your children, have they been bullied? Ask them, do they know what bullying is? Ask them if people are trying to jump them into gangs. Ask them if somebody's taking their money. Ask them if somebody's making them steal or do something wrong. It's just and ask them what's going on with them on cyberspace. Please monitor your children on cyberspace. You just can't give them an iPad and a computer and go and sleep or look at a movie for 3-4 hours. You need to know what's happening to your child on the computer, on cyberspace. And they love those computers and those devices. You need to know what's going on.
And just because you give them an iPad or let them have used to the computers, they in tall cotton den, and you sit back and say, yeah, he's quiet. He learned this. He's quiet. But you got to be careful of what they're watching and what they're looking at. Miss Angela Crump said, if the bully is never held accountable, they grow up and become adult bullies. And she began to say that she works at the senior citizen, and seniors are bullied because it's never been brought to their attention to stop it at an early age. Listen, you got to recognize both adults. You got to recognize both youth. You got to recognize it. You just cannot allow it to go by. When these children are jumped into gangs, they jumped into gangs at an early age of 8 or 9 years old, and they don't stay in gangs until they're 17 years old. They can't use them anymore. Once they get 17 years old, then they got to be jumped out.
Yes.
So we got to bring awareness. Mark your calendars now. Mark your calendars now. October the 15th at 11 o'clock at 1765 South Military Highway in the city of Chesapeake, Virginia. And for more information, you can give us a call at area code 757-470-0224. That's 757-470-0224.
If you all are interested in sponsoring the event, or if you want to do giveaways, we're going to have giveaways throughout the event. You can participate in that as well. Mr. E will give you the number again in a little bit, and you can call us, or you can email us at Crystal Community, that's CRISTO Community @cox.net. Please participate. Please be a part of this event. We have Senator Spruill that's going to be out to talk with our youth and our adults, of course. We're going to have Les Smith, who's running for city council, I believe.
Right.
Yes, in Chesapeake, Virginia. He's going to be there. We're going to have George Wilson, a former police. We're going to have Chesapeake Police Department there, with things for our youth and to speak to our youth. We're going to have Sean Cunningham, who is an artist and an advocate, a young man who is going to speak to our youth because he has experienced bullying. We're going to hear from parents. We're going to hear from, those that want to send that message out to you all. So we need you to come out October the 15th. Put it on your calendar. It's a Saturday.
That's right.
It starts at 11 a.m. and we want you to be there.
And we're not going to take all your time up that day. We just want to take a couple of hours of your time just so that you can go back and tell everybody, hey, look, this is serious. You think that John Doe is just playing games. No, he is serious about what he does. He is serious about picking on. They used to say that's how children play. Now, that's not child's play. Children don't play like that they want to beat you up all the time and pull you down and take your money. That's not child's play. play. And you can't keep on telling your son, if somebody hit you, then you need to hit them back. Somebody do this to you, then you need to bring it to their attention. When they come to you and tell you that they're going through some things, put your boots on and your coat on and go on out there to the school and watch and see what's happening, because you don't want your child to stay home. They ride the city bus or they're riding the transportation bus for the school. There's great fights up there. There are children up there. You'd be surprised how grown your child is on the bus and how they're talking to the bus driver, and the bus got to carry them home. That's a bully spirit.
Absolutely. I was aware of bullying. I was doing a program for the state. Notice children bullying children. Children bully adults. Adults bully children. And adults bully adults, honey. It's a mess.
It is a
and
mess.
The thing about it, Mr. E, it was so many youngins and not enough supervision. And it really can breed, bullying can really breed in those situations and where children are. And so we want you to come out, please. Be a part of what we're doing, not for us, but for the children and for the cause.
That's right. That's right.
Just be a part of what we're doing.
We want you to be aware of what's happening. We want you to see what's happening so you can take it back to your community. You can take it back to your church. You can take it back to your home, and you can say, I know what I'm talking about. I know that spirit. You bring awareness to you so you can help. October the 15th at 11 a.m. at 1765 South Military Highway in the city of Chesapeake, Virginia. For more information, give us a call at 757-470-0224.
I tell you what, you all can come over here. We're on social media, on all our social media platforms. We're going to continue talking about bullying. We're going to talk about some upcoming shows, and we're going to give you information on how you can be a part of the Fyi Radio Show. Be blessed. Enjoy this beautiful day.
For the past 30 minutes, you've been listening to the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. That's Fyi Radio Show with your host, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton. I'm Ed Everett, the co-host. Don't forget to mark your calendar. October the 15th at 11 o'clock at 1765 South Military Highway in the beautiful city of Chesapeake, Virginia. And thank you so much for joining us Monday, Wednesday, and Friday right here on WGPL 1350 Peace 95.3 and WPCE 1400. Don't forget to have a wonderful, wonderful hump day.
I heard his love is there for me.
Ooh, look, we made it up here. Let me tell you. You should have heard Mr. E and me on the phone. I was like, Mr. E, you got to help me to get to the station. They had roadblocks everywhere, police everywhere. And I'm telling you, it was scrambled eggs for Mr. E trying to get me to the crazy thing about it, Mr. E, is that Mr. E knows Norfolk better than I do.
I know Norfolk.
But Mr. E, he didn't understand where I was. I was trying to give him a glimpse of where I was, and it was like, wow. But anyway, we came to the same conclusion that since everything was blocked, we had to go another way. And usually, Mr. E, when we do our giveaways and I want to go to Target or somewhere or wherever, I usually go through the back way over here. Over here on Virginia Beach Boulevard and make that left too, right? And so I said, that's my only chance. Because Mr. E kept telling me I could go through this particular neighborhood. I know I wasn't going to make it. I know if I would have, I had to stop him right then. I knew if I went through that neighborhood, it would have been over. We wouldn't have been able to see you all today. But anyway, we got on track, and the police, hopefully they're not still there, but I'm telling you, it looked crazy. Police everywhere. And so we're here. We thank God. It's hump day. It's the middle of the week. I hope you all are doing good. I want to say hello to Angela Crump, my sweet cousin. And Miles, my beautiful cousin, is up here as well. You know, we just lost our cousin. We just lost Ann's brother. And we know that God is blessing her. She's up here, and they're taking care of business and everything. Our cousin Amos, oh my God. Gonna miss him so much. He was a very charismatic strong-willed, handsome, hardworking man, and he was just definitely just a wonderful person, and he was just our oldest. He was the oldest, one of the, I think, the oldest cousin, and on my mother's side, and he was, I'm telling you, he was the real true play. Did I get ready to say that he was? He was. All I can say.
You said.
Look, and all I can say, he was love. He was love, and he spread love. He spread some love.
You just said the man wasn't.
I ain't say this.
You just.
I ain't say he was a true.
You just said
he was love. The Angie and BB. He was love, and he spread love. I'll put it like that. But he was wonderful. I remember when we were living in New York, the first time I met my cousin, and he was in the window, and he was singing this song, "Hey, little girl, with the high school sweater on." In the window, he was young. Look, we were babies, and he was young, but he was flirting at that time. I thought I would crack up. That was the first time I met him, when he came to Brooklyn, New York. And then when my father passed away, he came down to help my mom drive us back. It was 7 of us, along with my mother. He drove back to Virginia, where my mom and my father actually was from. My father died in a tragic accident, and Amos came down, and he drove us all the way back to, yeah. Who said, are you some related to Pastor Joseph Williams? Yes, absolutely. And yeah, so yeah, but that's my father's side. My grandfather, D. Lawrence Williams, that's my father's father. And but on my mother's side, my cousin Amos and Angie and Annie, all of us came up together, and it was just beautiful. It was just fun. Talking about a close family. I think we saw each other, and Ann, and you all can be a witness to this, every weekend. Every weekend, they had to get together, the sisters and the brothers. My mother's sister's brother and mother and father, every weekend. So everybody knew everybody so well when we moved down here to Virginia. So I'm going to miss him, and we're praying for you, Ann, and the family. Hope things are going well. Let us know when the service is, so we all can come out and support and love on you and your family, your children. In the meantime, you all are such a blessing. So many of them up here, Mr. E and more, are posting, are coming out. They're inviting folk to come out. And man, I'm just excited and happy about that.
That's right. That's what it takes. It takes a village. It takes everybody to bring awareness to this thing called bullying. Bullying is everywhere. It's right underneath your nose. It's not only in the schoolhouse and up and down the streets. It's in senior citizens villages and things of that nature. Bullies walk up and down the street. You can go to the McDonald's or Burger King, and you can get involved and and say what's going on. What's going on? Well, you got somebody will pick on you just out of this clear blue sky. It's one thing to have somebody to speak to you. It's one thing to have somebody to speak to you. It's another thing to have somebody to want to pick on you.
That's right.
I said to myself, as I go into the store, and I see a bunch of young folks sitting out in the store. And when I walk in the store, the guy say, "Hey, OG." And when he said, "Hey, OG," he said to the rest of the boys, "Don't mess with him," because he don't look like he play, Yes. And then sometimes when I walk in the store and I think that I look at it, I say, here's a bunch of cats and here's a bunch of guys up here, and what is they gonna do? What is they plan on? Because it don't mean them any good. They don't mean any good by standing in front of markets. It makes folks a little leery by standing up there and they ain't in the store buying anything, but they done sent somebody in the store to steal. That's initiation. When you see a bunch of young African-American young men hanging around the store, big markets, Lido's or Food Line or Walmart, or a Farm Fresh, they are Wayman. What they're doing, they're sending somebody in to be jumped in.
Mm-hmm.
So what he has to do is go in and steal and bring back without getting caught. That's what they have to do. So they're being jumped in many different ways. So if you see some of your young folks, some of your young men, and some young women in from your community that they're hanging around a bunch of guys,
Absolutely.
make sure you ain't got to say anything to them. If you know them, pull them out of the crowd. That's what they used to do back in the days of old. I know your mama. I know your dad. And now you ain't got no business being up here. But if he grit on you, that's the word. If he sass you back, old folk, you say, if he sass you, or if he cuss at you, then something ain't right, because that's not the same little boy that you've seen in your community. He's around a bunch of his peers and they jumping him in. That's how bully does. That's what they do. They pick on innocent people. They pick on older folks. They pick on young folks. They pick on folks. And not only that, they don't have to be, and they pick on dogs too.
They pick on, when you say bullies, a bully, a pet, a dog.
They'll pick on all kinds of animals. So you got to make it your business to meet us or beat us October the 15th at 11 a.m. at 1765 South Military Highway in the city of Chesapeake, Virginia. You got to meet us there. Make it your business to be there.
Absolutely. Be there. Mondale Lewis said, I'll be scared and go to the store when I see them, and family, especially begging women. She said, I watch them and they don't ask the men, only the ladies. People do target, and that's the thing about bullying. They target you. They target a certain type, Mr. E. They target those that look sad or depressed or weak. Some people target women. They think they're the weakest sex, or they feel like they're the ones that can be convinced easily. And so that's the problem when you are targeted. You have kids in school that actually will target a handicapped person, or target a person of color, or someone that is not of color, whatever it is, kids will do it. They'll target you if you're smart. They'll target you if you're dumb. They'll target you if you walk funny.
If
you look. And this is the thing. They target you so they can harass you day after day after day. I'm not talking about a beef where you get mad at somebody and y'all want to, knock it out that day and that's it, is over. I'm talking about someone that is a constant thorn in your side, harassing you day in and day out, making your life a living hell, to the point where you can't even tell. They threaten you, and they continue to bombard you with other people. They bring in other people to stand by and just point at you and look at you and say mean things. I told folk the other day, Mr. E, Monday evening when we come on at 6 o'clock p.m. I came from New York, like I just stated earlier, and just because I sound like I was from the north, coming down to Virginia to the south, folk was trying to fight me because of that. I was like, "Are you serious?" I mean, to sit back and target. I remember the day I came to school. And I was like, well, what's going on here? Girls had already talked to other girls, and then guys to surround me to fight. And I was like, what in the world is this? And so, of course, I defended myself, but I wasn't scared to, because in New York, that's what we did, honey. They made you fight. So when you came, and then I came from 7 brothers and sisters, we fought all the time. So, honey, it won't nothing new to fight. But the thing about
you fought?
But the problem was, who asked you to come around here? This won't, and harass me about what I sound like. And it wasn't just a one-time thing. These folks tried it, but I wasn't having it. But everybody is not able to stand their ground and just, make sure, hey, you don't mess with me. Everybody's not like that.
That's right.
You got
That's right.
people that are not strong enough to defend themselves, don't know how to defend themselves. They don't know who to tell. They don't feel protected. And so for that reason, we have to make sure that our children they're safe. Well, Aunt Miles said, New York, baby, is that the truth? New York, New York. You had to really learn how to defend. They made you. I remember them making me defend myself with other, and you didn't have beef. It just wanted you to fight. You better fight, fight. And so when you come down here, you wasn't expecting that type of stuff in the country, honey. Down south, you just was minding your business. And so, Mr. E, that happened. And I'm just saying, bullying is something where people target you. They go and they talk and they conspire to get
That's
you.
right. That's right.
They conspire to get you on the bus or on the playground or wherever. They conspire. They target you. And that's the problem. And that's why we have to stop it. Nobody has any business harassing and targeting anybody to do anybody harm.
Miss Hinton, I remember when I was in the 6th grade, 5th grade, 6th grade, going to the school called Robert Gatewood. I remember to the day this girl was about 17 feet tall. This old big old giant of a girl.
Yes.
I mean, I was a little skinny runt out, and she was so tall. And see, I didn't my lunch bag didn't look attractive.
Mm-hmm.
My lunch bag didn't look attractive, but my lunch bag was a greasy bag. And because my lunch bag was a greasy bag, we only had bologna. All we had was bologna and cheese, no mayonnaise on 2 slices of bread. And so when we went to school with that, and we didn't have no chips to go along with, just a dried up bologna sandwich on 2 slices of bread. This old Amazon looking girl, I mean big old girl, wanted my lunch, took my lunch daily taking my lunch.
Goodness.
She didn't ask for a sandwich. The bag was so greasy. I wouldn't even want the bag, but I had no choice. But I had a choice to take a brown lunch bag that's big with groceries in it, or to take a loaf of bread wrapper with your sandwich in it.
Oh my goodness. How did it stop?
So what happened was I told my people, went home and told my parents that, hey, look, I got this girl, that's big old girl that's taking my lunch. My dad said, well, you're gonna be hungry. You just gonna be hungry if you don't do something about it,
Yes.
So I said, I got me a brick and I put it underneath a tree, because that's the way the girl catches me every day.
Yes.
Right underneath this tree. So I had this little big old red brick and fit in my little hand. And when that girl came at me that day, and I was walking around hungry, I was hungry.
Goodness.
So I hit her right in the front. I was, you can call me Little David if you want to, but I hit her with the brick, knocked her down. You call me Little David. I hit her with that brick, knocked her down, and guess what? And every time I see that girl, I get scared. I walk the other way. I saw her in Food Line the other day. I took off running up. And I'm a full-grown man. I walked the other way because I was too afraid that she might have remembered that I hit her with the brick. But it broke her out of habit. I had no more trouble out of her. And, and I thought that we'd be best friends. She ain't said nothing else to me, and I ain't said nothing else to her, but I broke her out of her habit.
Well, I tell you what, if parents and schools and principals and neighbors would protect children, we wouldn't have this problem. We have to make children safe. And when children come home and say, somebody's bothering me, somebody's threatening me, just go man up. Okay, keep on manning up. The next thing you know, this child is somewhere trying to commit suicide because there's no support. I came back from Atlanta just recently, and the woman said her 12-year-old tried to commit suicide twice because people are bullying. This is critical.
That's right.
Now, I don't know how we can sit back and get desensitized of things like harassment and bullying and abuse. We can sit right there and just let it happen. I remember
and don't do nothing.
That one of the ministries, the main ministry, I'm not going to even mention the name because you all probably know the story. wherein her father abused her for years, and the mother knew it. She's a big televangelism in televangelism as a evangelist, and she says that mom knew it, and that's what I'm talking about. This where you sitting back and knowing this stuff is going on, and just sitting up and watching somebody carry on and destroy and pull down the esteem and life of someone. It is just so critical that we begin to find ways of letting our young people thrive and not be afraid to speak up and not be afraid to uh, show someone that someone is trying to really kill them or destroy their lives. They should be able to tell someone.
That's right. So we want you to meet us. We want you to meet us at 1765 South Military Highway at 11 o'clock, October the 15th. That's what we want you to do. We want you to meet us there. Our community against bullying. A call to action now. That's what we want you to do. We want you to get all your support groups, all your kids and all your young folks, and bring them on out to 1765 South Military Highway, or register right now. Let us know that you're going to be there, or give us a call at 757-470-0224 and let us know that you want to be there. Sign the petition. Get involved with our banner competition. That's right. Get that banner competition and get your young folks together. Get your grandsons together and let them start making a drawing banner of what they see bullying is all about, how to prevent bullying, and let them see if they can't win this competition. Or else you can go and sign the petition on at change.org. And you can sign a petition and say, look, I'm signing this petition because I want to get rid of bullying. I want to say bye-bye to bullying. Or you can come out to 1765, October the 15th at 11 a.m. You're going to hear more and more and more and more about it. We're not just going to let it go because it's October. It's bullying month. We're going to continue to talk about this animal, this disease, this issue. We think that the COVID virus was an issue. Well, you take your children and you wonder why your child cutting her wrist. Look at your children's wrists sometimes. Look at what they're going through. They cutting their wrists and they cutting up. They don't want to go to school and you don't pay it no mind. You so busy trying to keep baby daddy around the house, or you so busy working and you ain't got time to even spend that time with your child. Stop it now. Take time out and look at your children. Ask them daily, what's going on? Have you got your homework? Anybody picking on you? How's school going on? And not only that, make it your business to go to the school. Read books on Saturday or Sunday, Monday. Read books to the children. Just make a visit there, not to spy on the child, but to make a visit and make sure the school is okay. Not only that, get on the school buses sometimes. Just tell them that you want to ride with them. Because there's a lot of fights break out. You see so many people, and I'm so glad, Miss Hinton, that the school bus drivers has got everything recorded. A mother was so shocked. A father was so shocked to see his daughter cussing out the bus driver. In Norfolk, this little girl got on the bus and the bus driver told her to sit down. She said, you do what you supposed to do, drive the bus. Don't you worry about who I am. And I mean, cussed her up one side and came down the other side. So you ain't nothing but a bus driver anyway. You ain't gonna never be able to make nothing of your life anyway. So sit down and drive the bus and get me home on time.
I tell you.
And when the mother found out, she was shocked. Listen, y'all got to make this awareness. You got to be there. Like Miss Angela Crump said, there are senior bullies out there too. So meet us October the 15th. October the 15th. October the 15th at 11 a.m. at 1765 South Military Highway. Jot this number down. For more information, call 470-0224. That's 470-0224. I'm looking for Mardell Lewis to step in there with the golden slippers and just to bring awareness to see what's going on, so they can understand with their grandson. I'm looking for you to bring your children. I'll be there. Miss Hinton will be there. And we can't say enough about this thing, about bullying. We got to do it. We got to bring awareness to it. We got to let you know there is hope. You got to meet some of the folks that's been in it. You got to see some of the children who has been affected by it. Some of them not walking around like you and I. Some of them got a speech impediment that somebody had joked them all their life because of the way they talk. You got people that's being mean. And that could be your child. That could be your grandchild. That could be part of your family. And you not knowing it, that's what he do. And they hid it well. They hid it from you. So listen, let's meet us at October the 15th at 11 a.m. at 1765 South Military Highway in the city of Chesapeake, Virginia. Or call us at 757-470-0224.
There have been so many success stories. We're in it to bring resolution. We're in it to help eradicate. We're in it to help people rise above. And we're in it to continue to develop young leaders. We have Young Men and Women Achieving Success program, which will be signing up kids for those programs. We want to make sure our children thrive and become leaders. Some of you all are such good parents, and you had what it took to really build up your child and make them flourish and be productive. But there are other parents who are not able to really parent well, and they need support, and that's why we have the programs to lend support to families, lend support to the school. Just making sure that they have that those mentors and people that care about them when mom have to work a lot, or when mom is being abused, or when mom don't have the education, or when mom have the education and she just don't have time, she's in her work. We want to just bring that support system to our youth, to tell them, you have somebody to stand with you. You can talk to us. A lot of times they may not be able to talk to family members, but they can talk to us about so many things. We can address situations and issues that they're going through, and they become whole. They become excited because they're able to come out of their dilemma because somebody cares.
That's right.
So anyway, we're gonna get ready to go. What time is it, Mr. E?
It's 10:24.
It's 10:24?
Yeah.
Okay, so look, we're getting ready to go, but we want to make sure
25.
you follow us on social media, all the platforms. Just Google us and get on our social media pages and like, share, and subscribe. Also, the Ladies Pie, the book is going to be available. The book is online, but the book is also available there. Hard copy. I'll be doing autographs and giving you information on what's coming up with Crystal Community Development Corporation, with Yolanda Hinton, and a new business that has been started. We'll give you that information as well. Also, you can be a special guest sponsor and intern with Fyi Radio Show. Mr. E's going to give you that tea.
Yeah, for more information about FYI, give us a call at 757-714-7861. Or go to Edward Evans' Facebook page, Miss Yolanda the Lady Hinton's Facebook page, and inbox us. Or FYI and inbox us. Or either you can email us at FYI Live Radio Show, FYI Radio Show Live at gmail.com. That's FYI Radio Show Live fyi@gmail.com, or call us at 757-714-7861, or inboxes. We would love to have you to be our special guest, to be a part of what we're doing right here at FYI Radio Show.
Okay, so look, we're going to see you later. Don't forget, October the 15th, we need you. We need you to tell children, youth, your church, your friends, or whoever. Just come on out. We want to see you and share with you and find out how you feel about this subject, and find out how you feel about this issue and what is the cure for it. All right, Mr. E, God bless you. Thank you for all you do. And we're going to see you back here on Fun Friday.
Yeah.
Bye.
Have a great day. 2 up, 2 down.